A class at Conway Medical Center being held this afternoon teaches you the skills you need in an emergency situation.
Well, sometimes in the event of a medical emergency, every single second counts. WPDE News Channel 15's Amanda Kinseth is live at the hospital with the details. Good morning.
Good morning. Yes, it's something we hope we never have to know how to do, but it's really good to know how to do to save somebody's life. I mean, the critical moments, you know, are right after something happens, and if you have the life-saving skills, that's really important. Talk a little bit about the class and what you guys will go over today.
We're actually doing a CPR class today. CPR stands for cardiopulmonary resuscitation, and it's an important skill that anyone in the community can learn, and it's very simple to use, or a simple skill to learn. So.
Sure, and why don't you demonstrate it for
first thing you do is you make sure the scene is safe, make sure that everything's okay so you don't hurt yourself as well. Hey, 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 are you okay? There's no response, so you be sure to send someone to call 911. And then you look for a minimum of 5 seconds, no more than 10. And if you determine there's no movement or anything, you come up and you start your chest compressions. And you do 30 compressions to 2 breaths. So you come up the rib cage, you find the xiphoid process, which is a soft point right here on your ribs. Take one hand, put it on top. Make sure your arms are straight. And you do 30 compressions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 29, 30, and you give 2 breaths. And you see the chest didn't rise, so you reposition the head. And the chest still didn't rise, but I would still continue the chest compressions.
Sure, and you're going fast. And it's quite a workout, so if you have a couple people that, you know, maybe know how to do this, then it's really good because you can kind of trade off back and forth.
Right, right, and you need to do approximately 2 minutes of CPR, which is 30 compressions to 2 breaths for about 5 cycles.
Okay, so today, in just a few hours, you can learn how to do this and potentially save somebody's life. Really a good skill to have, guys.
Yeah, it sure is.
Yeah, definitely. It never hurts to know this information. And today's course is at 1 o'clock. You need to call to register. So here's the number to do it. It's 843-234-5019 there on your screen. Instructors at Conway Medical Center are teaching people how to possibly save lives through CPR.
WPDE News Channel 15's Amanda Kinseth is live at the hospital with details on this afternoon's class. You're doing CPR.
That's right, and I think I just saved his life.
Yes, you did. Wonderful job.
All right, so talk a little bit about this class. You actually have taken this class.
I did take this class finally after many months of putting it off, and it's very simple, it's very easy, and it was well worth it. So the class is only a few hours long. It's video-based but instructor-led, and you learn basic life-saving techniques, some of the CPR that Stacy showed earlier. You also learn choking, how to revive someone if they're choking, and then also infant CPR and infant choking. So it's really easy, and I'm really glad I know it now. So, you know, if anyone's ever coughing, I say, "Are you choking? Do you need help? I can help you."
Yeah, well, it's a really important skill set to have, because you don't know if you're ever going to need it, and you hope that you don't.
Right.
But the fact that you have that in your back pocket is really crucial, because time is of the essence in an emergency.
Right, and you know, I took CPR years ago when I was a lifeguard, and a lot's changed. They've changed it. So even if you've taken it 5 years ago, 10 years ago, you definitely want to, you know, try it again, because I guarantee something's changed, and it's definitely for the better.
Yeah, absolutely. And I do want to point out, you know, we do adults, and then you also do babies. And me personally, being a mom, I think that is one of the most important things that you learn. And so it's not just if you're a parent, if you're a babysitter, if you're a grandparent. I mean, you want to be able to know how to save a baby too, and that's really important.
Yeah, I'm an aunt, and I have you know, 3 nephews and a niece, and just knowing that alone was well worth taking the class. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, well, you can still get in on today's class. It starts at 1, register by noon, and you know, you want to keep everybody safe, guys.
Thanks, Amanda. I think you should register for the class just in case something happens to me.
Oh, okay. How selfless of you, Jay. That's actually a really good idea. It never hurts, right? And like she said, you do have to register for today's course at 1 o'clock.
Yeah, the number to call is 843-234-5019.
You're watching Good Morning Carolinas with Jason Glassfold, Crystal Costa, meteorologist Darren Stack, and Amanda Kinza.
A very good morning to you. The time right now is 6:21. Thank you for waking up with us. Well, Conway Medical Center is holding a class today that teaches people how to save someone's life in an emergency situation.
The course focuses on CPR, but as WPDE News Channel 15's Amanda Kinza explains, knowing what to do in a worst-case scenario can mean the difference between life and death, and she's live at the hospital with the details. Hey, Amanda.
You're right, Crystal. It certainly does. I mean, time is of the essence during an emergency, and we've already showed and demonstrated CPR and chest compressions being the most important, along with the breath. And now there's an AED. Now you can find these a lot of places.
Yeah, you can find them anywhere. They're in restaurants, malls, airports. You can find them just about anywhere. And the sooner you can use an AED, the better.
Yes, absolutely. So grab it off the wall, take it over, and kind of show us what you do.
Okay, absolutely. The first thing you do, and this is probably the most important thing, is to make sure you turn it on. So you turn the AED.
Important.
Yeah, you
Yes.
turn it on, and it'll actually tell you exactly what you need to do.
Connect electrodes.
Connect these electrodes.
And it really is step by step. It kind of walks you
Push
through it.
analyze.
And on these pads, there's pictures on here, so it'll show you exactly where to put them.
You put one on the chest and one down on
And
the
these
side.
really don't stick, so they may fall off. That's okay, and we need to push the analyze button.
Stand clear.
And it's important to make sure that nothing
Analyzing
is
now.
actually touching
Stand clear.
the person, not even this box right here. And make sure you have it on this
Shock
side of
advised.
you, not on this side, so it doesn't
So you don't have to
take
reach
your
across. Okay.
Exactly.
Okay, so it's preparing now to shock.
Stand clear. Push to shock.
Everybody's clear. Gonna shock. And
Start CPR.
it'll tell you to begin CPR if the shock's not needed again.
Okay, and that's something important to point out is that the machine knows whether or not a person needs the shock. So,
Exactly.
you know, you don't be scared, like, oh, I don't know for sure if they need it or not. The machine will know and it will tell you. And then it tells you to start CPR. Go ahead and
you
start
immediately
CPR.
start back
You
CPR.
can leave
Yep,
these on
leave
and
them
then
on.
just start going because like we were talking about, time is so important and so are those
8.
chest impressions, guys.
And we actually have one of those defibrillators here at work. Makes me feel a whole lot better.
Yeah, that's interesting. I've never seen it in use like that. And today's course is at 1 o'clock. You do have to register by calling this phone number. It's 843-234, there on your screen, 5019. Conway Medical Center is playing host to a class being held today that teaches you what to do in an emergency situation.
WPDE News Channel 15's Amanda Kinza is live at the hospital with the details on infant CPR. Good morning, Amanda.
Good morning. Yes, we've talked about adults. Now we got to talk about babies. Now, first of all, kids, it's really easy for them to choke on stuff. So let's talk about choking. What would you do if a baby was choking or a
Okay.
toddler?
All right. If you're holding a baby and the baby starts choking, you put your hand right up underneath the jawbone. Okay. And you're going to make a ramp with your leg, and you're going to do 5 back blows. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Continue supporting them. Support the head. Make a ramp with your other leg. Flip your hand. And then you're going to do chest thrusts, which is 1 finger width below the nipple line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You'll flip over and you will keep doing this until the baby goes unconscious or the object comes out, goes unconscious. You'll just put the baby on a firm, flat surface. I'm just going to pretend my lap's the firm surface. And then you're just going to continue CPR just like we talked about earlier.
Right,
We'll
you
start
just
back with
push-
compressions.
Yeah, that soft spot right there on the chest. And that's what you do with adults, too, but you just use your entire hand.
Right.
What about adults choking?
Okay.
Real quick, what would you do?
Adults choking, it's called the Heimlich. Okay, what you need to do is you need to find your belly button. And you're going to take one hand and put it right above your belly button. Take your other hand, put it right on top, and you're kind of going to go in and up. Okay,
So
so
you
when you're
actually reach around
behind
somebody.
the person, you'll find their belly button. Take one hand, put it right above the other. Take this hand, put it on top, and you're just going to go in and up.
Yeah, and hopefully, like it's, and you could, throw yourself against a chair maybe if it was
Exactly, if you're by
It
yourself.
was yourself, yeah. Guys?
All right, Amanda Kinza reporting live for us. We appreciate it. And today's course starts at 1 o'clock. You do have to call and register.
The number to call is 843-234-5019.